Shout out to Marco Pedrana, AMG, Alfredo Jr., Dan Real, Kid Mantis, Christopher Gray, Mada Alcusa, Nathan Arseno, and Touch My Dilly.
Welcome back in with King Family to another F1 Clash video, and we're here for How to Win Series 5. That's where we are now, Series 5. So we've smashed through Series 1 to 4, and currently we are on How to Win Series 5. Alright, so for Series 5, How to Win, we've selected our Guan Yu Zhou here, as you probably would have unlocked Zhou from your Series 4 crate, from your time grinding up to Series 4. So we've selected to use Zhou here for his high overtaking and his good tire management. At this stage in the game, you want to look for those drivers with that good overtaking, so you can get some overtaking done. All right, and we've also decided to go with Gasly beside him for that 21 overtaking with that 22 tire management beside our Zhou. All right, so we're running basically the same setup. I only added in the Series 4 Epic part, which you should unlock by this point in the game. So we throw that in there, only though mine is like level 4, so that's gonna put a little more to my car. So hopefully it's not gonna push us over. So we start matching with those high series epics. All right, if we start to match with those high series epics, then we'll have to start lowering our team score until we find a sweet spot where we don't match with those high epics and we can do good. All right, so let's jump into our first race here. Remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Also remember to smash that like button, and let's jump into it. Series 5, How to Win. Let's go. Here we go for our first race on Australia, Melbourne. Let's go. Did we race on Australia before? I can't remember. No, I don't think we've raced on Australia coming up in the series. So I believe Series 5 here is the first time we're seeing Melbourne. Let's see what qualifiers we get. Nice little qualifiers here. Nice and tight. Zhou P15, Gasly P24. As I said, my Zhou is a little bit high, so that's why I kind of didn't want to use him. But he is the best driver to use at this point in the game. All right, so we're gonna go with hards and mediums and hards as usual. We're not gonna be able to get a one stop with that Gasly, as you see, 3 to 4. So we'll have to do a 2 stop with him, as a 2 stop with Zhou. We start off Zhou with the boost. Hopefully he can squeeze down and block. Come on, go to the inside and block. No, we got blocked out. We got blocked out instead. I wanted the drivers to swing to the inside and block the rival Zhou, but our Zhou got blocked. All right, we're just gonna cut down both our drivers there. As you notice, we make sure to cut down our driver behind first, so we don't get that team orders bug. So we cut down Gasly first, as he's behind our Zhou here, as we do not want that team orders bug to come into play on us. All right. So we're going to let our drivers continue to cruise here on conserve, as the rival Zhou is making up position now in P14, and we qualified in P15 with our Zhou. Now we're down to P19, so we've lost 4 places. Or 3 places. As we're in 19. Yeah, 4 places lost. So those were the drivers who were on softs, making their pit stop, and we're picking them off. We'll continue to cruise. Don't want to lose any position with our Zhou here. We wanted to bring him for 4 laps and basically do a 4-2-2 with him. Since we're behind, it's best to extend that lap and put in that extra lap. If it was a case where we were close to the rival Zhou, we probably would have just gone to pit. Let's see if we have 25% of tires. Yep, so we're gonna run out right there where you see that 25% mark. Let's see if we can boost or Gasly to get by the rival and then put some slow on the rest of the pack to kind of just slow them down as Orjo go in. We're going to bring back Orjo to hard tires for the one stop. So we did 4 laps mediums, come back to hards for a one stop with Zhou. The rival Zhou will have to stop as well. We can't boost any at all with Orjo here, or else he's going to run out of tires before hitting that pit entrance. And we want him to run out right at the pit entrance. So we can just boost him in from there. All right. Oh, we forgot to go to pit with Gasly. Man, I forgot to put in the go to pit orders with Gasly. He's going to run out. All right. In that case, we're just going to come back to hards with our Gasly. We just let him cruise. And we're just going to cut our Zhou down to like regular driving here. And maintain. So once Gasly, once the rival Zhou goes to pit, then we're going to boost by him. He should go to pit here. Our Gasly has a nice little distance. We want him to make that U corner first. Then we're going to boost him off right there to make that U. So he should go to pit without losing any position on the pits stop. Now we could boost or Zhou as we see the rival go into pit with his Zhou there. And then we're just going to cut down to conserve there. And our Gasly coming back out on hards. Now he'll be boosting to finish on those hards. As it's 3 laps remaining, and he can get 4 laps on those hards, almost 5 laps as you saw. So we're going to keep him on boost. Once he starts to close down on our Zhou, we'll have to cut him down, or we'll boost up Zhou to keep up. Rival Vettel should make another pit stop. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to finish the race on those mediums. Let's give Orjo a little bit of boost by pit here. Pick up those who are in pit. As our Gasly continue to push. Alright, so we lost the position to Zhou. That's alright. Yep, rival Vettel should go back to pit here. You see a car suffering a breakdown there. So we should just cruise by that car suffering a breakdown. We're just going to let our driver cruise. We don't want to push him too hard at this point. And there you see a car with a breakdown is holding up pretty well. Don't block us. Don't block us. All right, now we can now boost to finish as we see the rival Vettel go into pit there. And that should be the win for us. All right. So we did mostly conserve here. And did mostly a one stop. I wanted to do a 2-stop, but the 1-stop turned out to be favorable because we missed pit with Gasly, and he just had enough to go back around to the pit lane, which was good. And our Zhou crossing the line, P11. And as I said, Zhou is like the best driver to use at this stage if you've unlocked him. If your Mick Schumacher is at a better level than your Zhou at this stage, then you want to go with your Mick, but mostly you want to go with that Zhou. And here's there we see we got the better driver, and that's exactly what we want, and they got the better car. Always want to make sure you have the better driver and they have the better car. All right, and as you can see there, we did really well on that setup. All right, let's jump on in and see if we can get our next race. Here we go for our next race. We are on Singapore for this one. So this one is going to be our final race for this video, and then there's going to be a part 2 of the video where we're going to be doing the other 2 tracks. Nice little qualifiers here from Orjo, and Russell got P24. It's going to be a wet race. Let's go. It's going to be a 1-stop, no pit, no servicing, as it's going to be a wet race. If your drivers are not looking too excited to start off with a boost, remember you just want to cut them down to regular driving until they look exciting, and then you want to boost them back up like that, and then you'll see them do the work and pick up some space. Alright, we're gonna let them cruise here on regular driving a little to get by the traffic stage where the jam up happens around this corner. Once we get clear of this corner, then we're gonna cut them down to conserve this corner right here. Alright, let's cut down there. Nice and tight. And let's cut down there. Nice driving from Pierre Gasly here as well. Keeping it nice and tight. See if you can squeeze in there, Gasly. Nope. So we got to cut down. All right, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be attempting to go for 4 laps with our Joe and go 3 laps with our Gasly and boost Gasly mainly. Or we might just go for 4 laps with both drivers, as we have good distance in between drivers here, so we should not stock. So we could just go for 4 laps with both drivers and do a 1 stop. But it is ideal to use like 1 driver for 4 laps, 1 driver for 3 laps, and then switch around at the pit stop and then go to finish from there. All right, so if you do 4 laps with Gasly with Joe here, then you do 3 laps with Gasly, come back to wet tires, and then let that Gasly go to the finish for 4 laps on those wets. If you go 4 laps, you come back to wet tires and do 3 laps with your Joe, probably at regular driving, or you could just let him go conserve to the end. All right, most of the AI cars should start into pit in this lap, the 3rd, as they will be doing like a 2 stop. Some of them will be doing a one stop, 3 laps, and then do 4 laps. But the majority should be doing a 2 stop here. And as you can see, our Gasly tire is not as good as Joe's tire. So we're going to boost Gasly here and bring him in with servicing. And then we're going to come around with Joe for 4 laps. As Gasly tires is not as good because we started with the boost. So we'll have to conserve him right after he pits for those new tires. We'll start to conserve him from there. All right, and we're going to bring in Joe now for his pit stop with servicing. Or we could go no servicing on Joe. No servicing, as he won't be boosting any at all. He'll just be conserving mainly. We could also go no servicing with Gasly, as he wouldn't be boosting either. He's just going to be conserving mainly. So we're going to cut him down there to conserve, as he's just going to now cruise to get 4 laps done. All right. Then we'll just continue to cruise from here. All right, so we've made our pit stop with our Joe here, and he's back out in P12. Still on conserve. We could cut him up to regular driving from here, and he'll make the remaining laps comfortably, as we see our Gasly holding down P21, and he's crossed the line with 25%, with less than 25% of tires, so he's good to go. Now we see our Gasly losing the position to the rival Russell, but that's okay, as that Russell should go back to pit in the 6th. He and his Sainz, the rival Sainz, should go back to pit. All right, we're just going to cut up to regular driving here. We have 37% of servicing remaining, so we should have enough. It's 15% per regular driving lap, so we should have enough to go to finish. We have to let our Gasly continue to conserve without pushing him up, as we don't want him to burn those tires down until the last lap. It'll have something. He now has a little over 50% of tires, so he can get a little boost to finish for that last lap. So we'll cut him up to regular driving on that last lap. And there we go. Nice and easy does it. How to win Series 5 use code word lap down below to let me know that you made it to this portion of the video. Really appreciate you guys who watch the full videos for all your support. Let's go. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, remember to subscribe, turn on post notifications for more F1 Clash content. And remember to smash that like button. Alright, so we can now cut our Gasly up to regular driving from here. As he now, or Joe, we could cut him down to conserve, as his servicing time looks really low and we don't want it to run out, at least not yet. Then we see the rival now running out of tires on both of his drivers because he went for 4 laps with them. Now we're just gonna cruise, 5% servicing time remaining. Now we could just boost across the line with our Joe, and we could just boost the finish with our Gasly from there. He should have enough to go to the finish line. And there we go. Easy win here at Singapore. All right. Yeah, so that's basically going to be it for this video. Hopefully these tips and these tricks video and these how to win videos help you guys to push through these series a little easier. If you were like using your highest setups and stuff and you were getting matched with players using those top level epics, if you've been watching this series by now, you should know that to bring down your team score will evade those players and give you better races. All right, so that's basically going to be it for this one. See you guys in the next one. Peace. Walk good, guys. Bye.